Hello, my dear INFJ entrepreneurs. Welcome back to another video, or if you're listening to this on the podcast, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are going to talk about handling failure. And I know that's a very jolly topic, but I also noticed that a lot of INFJs, they have this paralyzing fear of failure. And many times when you have those paralyzing fear of failure, what tends to happen is that we just don't do anything about it. So whether we want to take an action or you want to do something or post or, again, something that would potentially result in failure, we tend to just retreat and not even try. And I'm sure many times this has happened to you where you wanted to do something and you were like, no, I'm too scared and I don't want to fail, so I rather just not do it. And to me, because I see it often, I see INFJs retreat in face of a challenge instead of going forward because they don't want to fail, they don't want to experience this. I wanted to cover this in this video. So one of the first things I want you to understand about failure is that there is a certain type of vision in which, if it's big enough, you can truly fail. Let me explain. So when we have a big enough vision for what we want to do, it allows us and gives us the space to fail within the vision. So for example, I can give you this INFJ community as an example. Many times when I'm posting videos or putting things online, in order for us to grow as a community, what ends up happening is I'm getting a lot of troll comments. Like I'm getting those people who are commenting on the video and saying mean things or telling me that I'm talking too slow or I'm too boring or like I'm advertising myself, like self-promoting. And again, many weird comments and weird stuff that I'm getting sometimes when I'm visible and doing this work, right? And it's not just within the community, but also within my work, which is a marketer. So when we have a big enough vision, which is to build something, which is to create an impact, which I think for many of the INFJs, we have a drive to create some kind of impact, whether it's a smaller scale, bigger scale, it depends on what your vision is. But the bigger the vision is, the more it allows you to kind of let those small mishaps and in a grand scheme of things, you're able to zoom out and think about, okay, I know I have this big vision. And because I know I have this big vision, I can just be okay with the mishaps, the small things, the stupid comments. I can let that go because I know that what I'm after and what my vision is just so huge that a small hate comment or even a setback won't really stop me. It will make me think, maybe reflect, maybe just feel down a couple of days, but I'll bounce back once again. Or the more you get exposed to these things, the more you are like, okay, I get a bad comment. Okay, I get this, I get that, I'm not going to let that stop me ultimately because I know that in the vision, it's okay to have those setbacks and it's okay to have those failures as well. Another thing that I wanted to add here when it comes to like setbacks and how do we handle them is that I see sometimes people, especially in the community, having this notion when you start to do something for the first time, you will not be good at it, right? So it's almost like we want to wash together this fear of failure, which is completely different than this fear of not being good at something. So what I've come to realize is that I don't like to be not good at something. And I think most of us don't like to be not good at something. So when you are just starting out something or you want to build something or you are in the process of doing something for the first time or the second time, it will be a process of frustration and anger because when we learn something new, obviously we are very frustrated in the process. And one of the great examples I can give you here is that if you ever played the game Sims, remember when the Sims are learning a new skill, for example, ice skate, you could see them, like they have this thought bubble on top of their head falling on their butts, for example, and the other Sims would laugh at them. Or when they learn to play the piano and there's this progress bar on top of their heads, it's like inching up as they learn piano, but you can see them like trying to do it and like mess up and like would hit the piano with frustration. And the first emotions of when we learn something is that fear, frustration, anger, like this is hard, this is hard, this is hard. And when we understand that you will not be good at something without actually doing it, and the process of learning something is that filled with frustration, but we have a big enough vision, so we know that, okay, you know what, I'm really frustrated. I'm trying to learn this skill or do this thing for the first time, and it doesn't look like the way I want to. But I know that when frustration and anger and fear comes, it's when I'm learning. So I can reframe in my mind that this is part of me learning. So I don't take it as like, okay, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard. I think about it like, okay, this is hard now, and I'm very frustrated. And this means that I'm just doing something that I'm not used to doing. This is the first time I'm doing it. Of course, it's gonna be difficult because I don't like to be not good at something. But just because I don't like to be not good at something, it won't stop me from pursuing ultimately my goal and learning and teaching myself this thing that I'm not good at. I'm not going to back off because I'm not good at something, but I'm gonna lean in, because I know that this is how mastery is born. So once you understand it, and once you know like, okay, this process, everything that I'm ever learning is difficult, and I don't like when I'm not good at something. But I also understand, like, in order to get good at something, I need to be not good at and accept that I'm not good at it until I get better. I remember trying this, and I'm gonna give you this very, like, obviously me talking to the camera is not something I was really good at. I was really bad at this, and I think I talked about it in a previous video, how I was really, really bad. Like I had a teleprompter, which I couldn't afford, and I put like a CD. So apparently there you can life hack it, and you can put like a CD, if you guys know what CD is, but like a CD container. It has like a plastic, and you put your phone and the CD, and you can like stitch them together with like a duct tape. And you can basically put your phone, and then it would mirror back the text you want to say. And I was like trying to read, and I wouldn't be able to make two sentences together. It was so cringe. And I was so frustrated in the process. My phone kept falling off. Like I had the shittiest tripod, I didn't have a camera. I was just using my phone, right? So it was a process of pain, frustration, anger, and even fear of like releasing anything that I was talking and filming for myself. I didn't release anything for a long time, in fact. So I let myself suck, and I let myself not suck by the process of learning, and allow myself to be not good at something, because I know that ultimately I will be. I remember doing this shred challenge, like basically get like shredded abs. And it's a 2 weeks challenge. If you guys want to ever do it, it's by Chloe Ting on YouTube. And what ended up happening is when I was doing the shred challenge was that it was really difficult. And I remember on day 9, I was doing the shred challenge, and I'm vividly thinking to myself, this is still hard. How this is still hard? We are on day 9. Almost like it was 14 days challenge. We are on day 9 and it's still hard. Like, when will it get easier? And on day 10, it got easier. And then from then on, I finished the challenge, and I did it again and again and again and again. And it became so easier. I was like this. I did the entire workout like so quickly. It was incredible. And I got my abs, like crazy shredded abs. But I put me, my sister, and my mom into a group chat. I was like, let's do the shred challenge together. How many days do you think they showed up? Like, I was like, let's do it. Like, we called each other on the phone. We were like FaceTiming each other, like, we all are doing the shred challenge. And then you know what happened? After day 3, they're like, I can't come. I'm sorry, I can't make it. Oh, it's too hard. Like, not today. My mom fell off the wagon really fast. Then my sister did. And I was left like, no one wants to do the shred challenge because it's difficult, because it's not easy, because it's challenging, it's frustrating, it's painful. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it by myself. I'm gonna lead myself through the challenge, and I wait until it gets to be easy, and it did. So oftentimes, when we are facing that emotional frustration, as, this is hard, that's an amazing indication that you are onto something, that this is a new skill that you're learning, and you can reframe like, I see the frustrations coming up. It means that I'm learning something. I'm learning a new skill. And this is part of that process. And I know that is the process. And I know that it gets to be easy. It's hard now, but it will be easy. But it doesn't matter if it's hard or easy, because I know my vision for myself, for the type of person I want to become, for the type of business I want to build, for the type of people I want to impact. I see them, I see the vision, so I'm gonna just like suck it up and do it anyway. When you have that understanding that this is the process, then you will realize that because this is the process, you can expect to be hard, because you know that it's only by this being hard now that one day it will be easier and easier and easier. And if you quit now, you will never get to the easy part. Okay? So I really hope that this was a helpful video for you in this new setup. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're not already in our INFJ Entrepreneurs community, would love to see you. It's a Facebook community. It's completely free. We have virtual hangouts every single month. So we'd love to personally chat with you in that community and love to see your face. Go ahead and join that community. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And don't forget, courage over fear, progress over perfection.